Welcome, Module 2, Grounding. So what do we mean by grounding? We're spending a lot of time in Module 2 helping you create practices for peace within your day. So we're not just having a specific meditation time, but we're also creating and punctuating our days with moments where we're really being present-centered. We're working with our breath. We're working with becoming more compassionately aware of our experience, no matter what's unfolding on our experience, without judgment, with a kind of curious inquisitiveness, being mindful. We've done and talked about the centering and also the releasing into the now. Well, grounding is something that, to me, again, is going to sound deceivingly simple, but the subtlety here is really key. I always love the story about Moses and the burning bush. And when Moses climbs this mountain, which to me is very symbolic of each of our journeys towards peace within, we're on a journey, and sometimes it's hard and it's difficult. We're beginning to discipline ourselves to be more present and practice meditation. It can be challenging. But there Moses is, and he gets to the top of the mountain, and the first words he hears is, "Cast off your shoes." And this is a beautiful expression, cast off your shoes, because the message that God is giving Moses is that the ground he is on is sacred. Now we may think, okay, well that's Moses, or that's, for saints or prophets. But what I'm wanting to tell you, and the real beautiful message of the Peace Within process, is that each one of us are like a nerve ending of God. Each one of us, our own first-person experience of the world is sacred, is valuable, and it needs to be the ground of your experience. So trying to find out what is true for you, because in our culture, mostly what happens as we develop a social self, what we call an ego, is we actually get alienated from our own center and our own grounding in our first-person experience. Well, so-and-so says this because he's the doctor, or so-and-so's this because that's my mom, that's my dad, that's what society says, that's what that guy on TV says. The peace within process is all about you honoring your first-person experience of the world. If we don't come back to our experience, we really become lost. It's finding out what the truth is that your blood whispers to you. And a lot of this whole process is about turning up the volume on your inner voice. There is innate wisdom in you. But to get there, and we'll really get deeper into this in the later modules, you've got to begin by really getting grounded in your experience. So this process of grounding, we're going to do what's called Tadasana, or mountain pose in yoga. And again, it seems deceivingly simple, but basically we're starting with these fundamentals because a lot of the time during the day you will just be standing. So I want to give you something that you can do when you're just standing around, visually, with your breath work, and also to practice the peace within process for integrative wellness. So we start with our feet shoulder width apart, okay? And we're rolling our shoulders back. We're pulling our navels in and towards the spine and just dropping the pelvis a little bit. Remember, we've talked about the pelvic tilt, that the pelvis should be released and relaxed, right? So we're nice and fluid. You may want to just begin by swiveling right to left a little bit. In fact, we've talked about this before, shakers. In fact, let's do that. This is called the shaker, where we're just shaking up and down a little bit, letting gravity do the work. In fact, go ahead and with me do an ah sound, which is ah. Good. Let's do an E sound. E. Let's do an O sound. Oh. And let's do an oo sound. Ooh. Good. All right. Let's come back to our basic grounding posture. Feet firmly on the ground. Shoulders rolled back, knees soft, not locked, navel in, pulled up, and towards the back. And now I want you to imagine there's a string attached from your head up to the sky. And as you roll your shoulders back like this, I want you to close your eyes. Breathing in, breathing out. You're going to go ahead and fan your fingers out and really extend them down towards the earth. And now I want you to imagine a point below your feet. You're going to breathe in from that point all the way up through the body to the top of the head, and breathing out and down from the top of the head all the way down towards the earth, through the soles of the feet, down into the earth. Your fingers can become more loose and relaxed, but they're still moving towards the earth. And now I want you to continue to breathe in this way, what we call full-bodied breathing, breathing in and out. In and out. Very important that you are tracking the body. So imagine breathing in and up the entire body, out and down the entire body. And now I want you to imagine that you are a mountain. And really feeling the sense of being a mountain grounded on the earth. Perhaps there's a mountain that you've seen in your life. Perhaps it's simply a mountain that you're visualizing from your imagination. Perhaps it's snow-covered or covered with pine trees. And now I want you to imagine how ancient this mountain is, that it's been there for millions of years. And just imagine all of the weather it's seen, the seasons that have come and gone, the amazing variety of animals, seeing how the clouds move through its peaks, thunderstorms, hail, snow, rain, sun. And through it all, the mountain stays serene, tranquil, and strong. Continuing to breathe, feeling the earth under your feet. Feel stable in this mountain pose. Feel strong and safe in this mountain pose. As if you are an ancient, ancient mountain that can weather any storms that comes its way. That no matter what happens, there's part of you deep within that nothing in this world can touch. Nothing in this world that can throw you off balance. That you can stand strong as a mountain, grounded in your original nature, feeling connected to yourself, to your body, to the earth under your feet. If thoughts come, simply allow them to be like clouds floating by the peak of the mountain, neither pushing them away nor attaching to them. Serene, strong, and tranquil. Now in your next in-breath, slowly opening your eyes, trying to keep some of the same stillness, depth, and silence from your eyes closed. Stepping out with one foot. And let's do a release. Breathing in and up. Opening up the arms, releasing. Letting go. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathing in and up. Out and down. One more time. Breathing in and up. out and down. So this grounding exercise in mountain pose, it's also known as Tadasana. You can do a variation of this. That's a more formal version that I'd like you to practice when you have time to really visualize the mountain. Do 3 to 10 breaths, really feeling grounded in that pose. It's a standing meditation. It's completely okay to meditate sitting, standing, walking, or lying down. So this grounding exercise is primarily for standing. But let's say that you're trying to return something in a store and you're frustrated and there's a huge line and you're just kind of feeling overwhelmed. Come into your mountain pose. While you're standing in line, breathe up and down the body, tracking the body. I even like to go ahead and what I'll do is I'll breathe in, come to my toes, which is a variation of this grounding practice. So I'll breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. So I'm doing this, I'm sitting and waiting. I might have my hands here. I don't mind, I'll even do this, breathing in and out. So what's nice is wherever you are, you can practice your peace within. So next time you're stuck in line somewhere, standing and waiting, practice the mountain pose and really give yourself a chance to ground. Again, even let's say that you are, say you're in a doctor's office. You can practice this even sitting in a chair. And you might be nervous about seeing the doctor or whatever might be going on. Any of these practices in Peace Within the Day, Module 2, you might put your hands on your belly and just do some nice breathing while you're in there. Breathing up and down the body, feeling the felt center, grounding in your experience, dropping out of your mind into the body, into the breath. So I hope these have been helpful and will get you on your way to feeling more peace within your day. We'll dive into much more deep practices as the modules progress, and I hope you've enjoyed this particular one. God bless you, be well, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.